We're joined by Aaron. How are you doing?
Good morning, mate. I'm sound, mate. Thank you. You?
Yeah, I'm not bad. What you been up to? Been all right?
Very heavy one on Saturday, mate, and I'm still recovering now. Got a coffee.
Yeah. Well, you know
Yeah,
what
you're
they
gonna get
say,
in.
don't you? You know what they say, Aaron, don't you? If you put a heavy one in, you've got to pay the penalty for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit sad. Sorry for myself, mate. To be honest, but I'm gonna go to gym and get a sauna in a bit, and that'll flush me out, won't
What you do, you have like you feel, what were I doing here? Why did I spend all that money? And it was shit.
it? Yeah, yeah, you get that, don't you?
I camped in some dirty fucking toilet all night with a load of dossers you don't even know talking about 9/11.
Yeah.
You know, lad, you know. A lot's gone on since I last spoke to you. Uh, what do you make of Crusher having his birthday today? He's enters his 30th year today, Crusher, and he's not won an area English or a British Commonwealth, European or a world title yet. But yeah, he were preaching legacy when he turned pro, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'll tell you what he is though, mate. He's a multi-millionaire, isn't he? And he's set to make a lot more money as well.
Do
And
you,
that's the state of boxing, mate, isn't it? Unfortunately, a guy with limited ability's got to, in a pace sense, the top of the level.
yeah. Do you feel, Aaron, that the script writing now is all about being if they're confident in front of the camera and they're prepared to put themselves out like prostitutes on social media and brass themselves, do you think that's more important now than people who've got ability?
It seems to be, mate, doesn't it? It's all we're getting now, isn't it? It's just one narrative after another. Netflix series, papering over cracks, and we've got a very limited talent pool, as we've touched on. And it just seems to be about that old classic. I always say, marketability. It's just a sad state of affairs, mate.
Commercial value, you mean?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's whatever they can drag out of somebody. You don't have to be brilliant. Look at Fisher. He's a very very limited guy. Can barely box. And he's making million. He's made a million out of game already, hasn't he?
Let me just stop you there. Let me just stop you. He's not known as Fisher. His name is Big Elmer.
Sorry, mate. Elmer, young
Elmer.
Elmer.
Elmer Fudd. He's my friend. I sparred him. I like him. I could never fight him in a real fight. He's my friend. I had lunch with him. So, White Rhino's in talks. Well, Spotty Frank, right? He's telling people in the know that if he beats Makhmedov, he's going to fight Big Meech Joshua. But Eddie Hills has come out and he said he's in talks with Shelley Finkel to fight Wilder if he beats Makhmedov. Do you think that's lip service to G Rhino up to train a bit harder?
Yeah, they're dangling carrot, aren't they? I think they did it when he boxed Price, didn't they, as well? Uh, who, Dave?
No, he boxed Price and they put Povetkin
Yeah,
back in front of his snout, didn't they? And he signed it, didn't he?
yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, so it's same again, isn't it? But he's got to come through that fight. It's a tough fight for Dave. I'm actually there that night, so we'll see what's what on the ground, won't we?
Well, I don't like that Makhmedov. Wrestling bears and all that. That bear's his friend. He's my friend, that bear. So I hope Rhino flattens him, but this is how I look at it, right? Looking at my experience around people in boxing and Rhino. Leopards don't change the spots when they're approaching 34-year-old. They've been a pro 13, 14 year. All of a sudden, you're not going to go from throwing 12 punches around to 112, are you?
No. Um, it's that old line you say, stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. We've had all that. We have it all the time, don't we? They're papering over the cracks, as we say, and but the thing Dave's got in his arsenal is he's a tough kid. He's got a lot of art, and that Makhmedov, to me, doesn't seem to have any art.
He's a nice kid, Dave. He's not got the devil in him, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he took Fisher out. Sorry, Elmer took Elmer out in great style. I'd love to see him go down that road now and carry that on. Um, because he did look devastating for that 30 seconds, didn't
Listen, mate. If I had about 6 inch in height on me and about 7 stone, I think I could take Elmer out at 55-year-old.
he? You might well do, mate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Elmer.
I'm not a fan of his dad. His dad's all over
No.
social media, stood in a pair of underpants, and he's took some big fitness course on, hasn't he? And he's going to get in shape. Well, why don't you fight me,
Mm.
fat man?
Oh, we're not having that, are we now? Is that happening?
I'd fight him, Big Elmer's dad, Daddy Fudd.
Well, he'll be calling him out. Only Big Joe Egan soon, probably.
Well, he's on about doing a Misfits, isn't he, Daddy Fudd? Have you heard?
He's not, is he?
He's on
He's
about,
not, is
yeah,
he?
yeah, he's on about doing a Misfits, Daddy Fudd.
Tell you, only thing that misfits with him, mate, is his clothes.
He's got big
He's
jugs, hasn't he?
he's got barnacles all over him. Have you seen his skin? It's weird, isn't it?
I've seen his feet. He looks like a buffalo.
Yeah, he's not in good nick, bless him. And oh, if he's doing something about it, fair enough. Like you can't knock the man for that if it's true. But is it just another fad? Is it just a money making scheme? Is he going to get 3 or 4 stone off the reg? You're not notice anyway. If he does, will you? It needs to get at least 10 off before it starts to tell.
Listen, mate, when
Um,
I was tipping scales at nearly 29, some of my pals who lived on the same street opposite me when I lived in Conisbrough used to come over to my house for a session, and they used to say, "You're taking piss." I could see it had an undertone of taking the piss, and they say, "What's happening with this gastric then, Big P? Is it working or not?" And I say, "I'm down to about 24 clem now." "Oh, we can't tell. We can't see how you've lost now." And I was like, "What's going on here?" And you don't see it. You don't see it till you get down to about 17, 18, mate.
yeah, it's a lot of weight to come off, isn't it? And when you're that size, as you know,
You go from £400 down to 125, and I'm up to 165 now, but you don't see it, man. And I was looking at mirror at £125, and when I were in hospital, I've got my mum there and my bird at the time, and they're like, look at you, you've got an head like Skeletor. I said, I don't feel like I've lost no. It plays tricks with your mind, weight and that, but he's heading for an early grave like I was. He's got that same look from his forehead down to his neck. It's really hard to explain, but I look at him and I can see he's not well. He's got health problems like I had. I remember going to a Liverpool game. They played Stoke and it was 0-0. And when you go to Anfield, they all sit outside the drives and you can park on them for 20 quid. You know what I mean? To make sure your car's safe. Now
yeah,
these as they come up to you and they say, "You want to pull on here, lad? 20 quid. We'll make sure your car's all right." Technically, what they're saying is, if you don't park here, when you come back, there'll be no alloys on it. So I'm like, "Yeah, all right, mate." And I remember walking up to Anfield, and I was with my mate Pete, and I had to sit down on this wall. He goes, "Are you all right?" And I was like, so I think I need to sort myself out, Pete. But
yeah.
he's got that same look about him, Aaron, in his face, and he's heading for an early grave, him, honestly.
Yeah, he's not a well man, mate, and yeah, hopefully he is doing something about it. When he does get a load of weight off, but that's part of it. The problem is that's his gimmick, isn't it? Being this big fat Chinese munching guy, larger than life. But let me tell you, mate, when lights go off at night and he lays his head up pillar, he'll feel awful about himself, won't he?
See, well, listen, I went to a 40th birthday do, and I couldn't get no jeans to fit me. I had a pair of tracky bottoms on, a big old jumper, a big old shirt underneath. And I had people from school coming up to me going, "Hey up, mate, oh, you've put some weight on." And you start being the jolly fat man, don't you? But
Yeah, it's
inside you're
easy done.
thinking, "I'm going to punch your face in you."
It's easy done, mate, and weight creeps up. I've had 3 or 4 stone heavier than I am now, and that's just from you get into a bad cycle of eating and not training, and it creeps up, mate, very quickly.
Yeah, it does. Uh, Greatest Crouch won at the weekend. They stuck him in with a cruiser. They let him come out as a cruiser. So I'm starting to wonder if he even had a fight lined up. If he's going ring at 19, he weighed 197, didn't he, at the weigh-in? So I'm saying if he's a light heavyweight, why would you let somebody go in there 22 pound heavier? When Froch for a cruiserweight, because Mick couldn't match him, he still got it ring like about 170 or something. Do you know what I mean? You won't let somebody go up like that unless they're going to be a cruiser. Do you see where I'm coming from? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But he's hardly had any rounds. I don't think it'd be wise. I mean, I'm hearing stories they're on about putting him in with Liam Cameron. I don't think it'd be wise to go and fight Liam because Liam's got a good chin. Do you know what I mean? I think they just need to go steady with him and bring him on very slowly because he's only 24, isn't he? Why does everybody need to rush a kid? You know?
Has, has Liam gone down in weight though now? Has he got fight? He's got a fight lined up, hasn't he?
Well, apparently he's got one lined up at super middle, but they're
Mm,
they're saying he's a light heavyweight, aren't they? Gradis.
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. But obviously he can whack, can't he?
Yeah, he looks a talent, but like you say, you just baby steps into. There's no need to be chucking people in with people who are 20 pound heavier than him. It's dangerous that.
There's no
Um,
rush, and that he could have come unstuck. But to be fair, that fight at last minute, I thought that were an hard fight for him to be honest, and he couldn't get him out there, could he?
no, you got to give credit to the kid coming late in, haven't you? You know, to go distance, it takes some doing. You got to be in gym all year, really. Proper professionals, mate, as we say. You know, guys who are fight fit year round. You don't see a lot of that, do we?
No, well, Liam were going to fight at super middle, but he's still fighting at light heavy. First in
Right.
November on a Bricktop show at Manchester. Boazzi fights Zach Parker. Lyndon
Yeah.
Harper's fighting that Bradley Rhea. That's a decentish fight for Lyndon. Do you know what I
I
mean?
think, yeah, I think Linden will win that. To be honest, he's not favourite either, is he?
European like heavyweight title that there's rest of it's absolute babber. It's all TBAs and that. But
Yeah.
I mean the bare bones now that they've not got much to work with, have they, to put these shows on. Matchmakers, right? Have got a harder job than ever now. I mean really, really hard because they're getting a lot of flack. And there's more people wanting to box now than ever. But they're just passing a medical and they're giving them the licenses because they're affiliated with certain managers and that. And I personally think that there's going to be some. We're going to end up with one on slab. Touch wood, we don't. But I personally think that we're going to do it. The quality now is absolutely shocking. But what I'm seeing more than ever are move arounds. I'm not going to mention names on here because it's a bit embarrassing for them that are having them. Move arounds, to me, in my opinion, are fixed fights. That's how I look at it. People getting in the ring. I mean, I'm not going to mention names here. We know who they are. There's guys on here on BoxRec with 3 wins out 100 fights. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. If you spray 100 cars and 97 of them are bubbling up or they look like orange peel, you're not a body shop man, are you? And if you're
No.
having 100 fights and you're winning 3 of them, you're not a boxer, are you? Or a fighter. You see where I'm coming from? These move arounds are shocking. They need to get that experience in the ring. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we touched on it last time, mate, didn't we? That, it's happening too often and cards are just being propped up now. There's no 50-50s on small halls and it's dying, mate. They've killed it. It's all about the top end and that's all they're bothered about. But, I mean, even fighters now, as we've noticed, and you mentioned last week, certain fighters are opening OnlyFans accounts, mate.
Yeah.
You know, they're more interested in that side of things, the glamour, the glitz and the glamour, than the fighting. And making those big fights and defending titles and it, she's on her way back now. I think Ebony Bridges, she's been hosting some weekend on the zone. She's coming back apparently. Um, we
Oh,
don't want to see it, do we?
Ebony
But
Hill.
Ebony Bridges is coming back.
Why? From where?
Well, she's been off, had a kid with Kell Brook out ring for two year or so now. 40-year-old come back.
Fucking hell, man. So we've got her coming back. I mean, have we with Airbag? She's got an OnlyFans account, hasn't she?
Yeah, see Terry Harper's opening an OnlyFans account.
Yeah. Well, at least if you pay for Ebony's, you can see her bangers.
But I don't know if you can, mate. I don't think you can. I think it's just a bit of nonsense. Not that I've been on it, but these things get leaked. I've not seen anything leaked out there. Who knows? It's a bit seedy, isn't it?
What do you make of all that only account thing? Do you think she's greedy, or do you think she's on Skid Row?
It's probably just a bit of extra cash in it, I suppose. Money for old rope, I guess. If you're happy enough getting your clothes off, it's a few quid for you, innit? If fellas are all right with it, or female partners all right with it. It's up to them, I guess. But it's not something I'd be doing or wanting my children to get involved with. It's like I say, it's a bit seedy. Yeah, it's not for me, mate. Put it that way.
So basically, you can do Zooms or the chat with you on WhatsApp for 10 minutes, and you just set a direct debit up for 12 months, paying them a tenner a month and all that. That's how it works, then, yeah.
I've no idea, mate. To be honest, all I know is they're out there pimping the bodies out. Basically, they've got the physiques from boxing, and they're happy to sell photos or whatnot. I don't know how far they're going, whether or not it's going to go further. Who knows? But you know, he got involved with it, didn't he? That Abdo's fella who were training Wilder. I think he did a bit of that at some point.
Yeah.
But this is where we're at, mate. I mean, we've got actual porn stars, actual full-on porn stars on Misfits boxing, haven't we? Um, I sent you a link earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but it were about um, sex offenders who were the English Board of Control, British Boxing Board of Control, have allowed to work within amateur boxing. There's a long list of names on that. People who have done sexual things to, sex crimes, and people who are stalking people, kicked out of army, yet they can still coach kids. Where's DBS checks? It's unbelievable. It's scandalous. That's just come out in the Daily Mail yesterday, I believe.
Well, McCracken will be for I jump on that, won't he?
Well, I don't know if they're directly involved with Robert McCracken, mate, but what he oversees, I don't know. But it's all come back to Robert Smith, doesn't it? The man who's been described recently as a scumbag by Chris Eubank Jr.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if Smith would be out to do with it with the England boxing. I'm not sure about that. I don't. I don't know about. I
Mhm.
don't know about that amateur setup. I'm not sure, mate. No, it's all
Yeah,
a
well,
bit of a mess. Have they gone to jail like these fellas for this? Like,
oh yeah, there's 26 convictions apparently. It says meet the men in England boxing who have committed these sexual crimes, sex pests, violent stalkers, criminals. It's absolutely disgusting, mate.
it's
So
what
that'll
we
be,
do. It's what we don't know, innit, Aaron?
well, that's it, mate. That is it. That is exactly it. You're 100% right there, mate. It's only what they've been convicted of. What else is going on, mate? Disgusting.
Yeah. Uh, Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford. That looks like it's dying a death. But Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather two. That's looking like it could be on, couldn't it? In a proper boxing fight and not an exhibition. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it was 10 years too late 10 years ago, wasn't it? So again, watered down nonsense. Two old men going at it. If it's a full on fight, fair enough, I guess. You don't want to see these exhibitions. They're a waste of time. I mean, the Ricky Hatton Barrera one was just to dance around the ring. Roy Jones Tyson, there were a couple of shots went in, but nothing crazy. Yeah, like you say, they'll sell the souls, won't they? For a few quid. He's happy to lose his own, maybe Mayweather. Pacquiao still looks quite capable. How good Floyd is now, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, well, he's been out at ring too long, hasn't
Yeah, I mean, Pacquiao has got form. He went all the way with Barrios last month, and I thought he nicked that, to be honest. So he's still capable, isn't he? Who knows what they're firing into him to get him in that kind of shape at that kind of age, but he's still capable. He could come back now and win a world title at welterweight, which kind of says it all, doesn't it?
he? Yeah. Yeah. I think you know what? I'm starting to wonder if with Mayweather it's pure greed or he's got money problems because they just can't leave it alone, can he?
No, I mean, how do you spend that kind of money? How do you lose that kind of money? It boggles my mind, mate. I mean, the money he's earned in his career, say with Mike Tyson, they go bankrupt. It blows my mind, mate. How on earth does that happen when you've earned that kind of money?
Yeah, it's I don't know, mate. What it is, you see, right? Let me just say this to you, right? Do you know boxing? Right, let me just say, listen to this. This is how I look at it. Tommy Earns had 40 million, but he was still living in the same area. And boxers, they tend to sit in the gyms and they all talk to each other. And And they come out with things like, if I make it, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that. And then people say, well, you've said it now. And they feel like they have to stand on. And Tommy Earns were forever mithered. And Nazim Ahmed, I'm not going to say who, but let me tell you this. There's a few people up at that Ingle gym that did all right out of Naz, let me tell you. A
Mm.
few of them. They all did well. They were all poncing off him. And they know they are. And it done his head in that much. He lives on a golf course at Berkshire now near Windsor Castle. It done his head in Naz's. And Tommy Earns, same problem. You've got to get away from that area. Javonte Davis, he's got the same problem. You've got people on him who are on Skid Row, putting on him. I've known you all my life. Can you do this for? Can you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like he's saying he's going to retire after Jake Paul. I mean, Javante. I don't know how true that
No,
is.
he
Maybe it's
won't
just
do
a
it.
cap.
They won't allow him the people around him. But when you look
No.
at people who've done well out of boxing, your Frotchers and that, they're financially secure. Houses all over, no mortgage. Fairy tale for Frotch, innit? Model missus, three beautiful kids, kid in private school, big house, just job lot. But there's not everybody ends up like that. Is a look at Carl Johansson, he's working as a security guard. He just gets on with it. They either end up on drink or drugs and with begging bowl out. You very rare you hear a boxer getting a job in a factory and plodding on with life, is it? Or they hang around the sport, right, trying to ponce a living, or they go into training or managing or stuff like that. It's very different to football on that. There's no pensions for boxers whatsoever. So look after your money. It's a short career from early 20s to like mid 30s. That's it. You've still got another 30 year after 35, haven't you? You see what I'm
Yeah, and a lot of these fellas, if I can just make a point while we're on it, a lot of these fellas are uneducated men, aren't they? And they're just dumped in, and they don't understand how to look after finances. It's sad, mate. I mean, you know, I've heard of fighters not paying tax their entire career, and getting away, and then getting a massive bill. Just crazy.
It is. Okie dokie, then. Well, listen, thanks for coming on, Aaron. It's been nice to have a little bit of a catch up with you.
Yeah, you too, mate.
I hope you're well, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, cheers, pal. Thanks for having us on again, and we'll speak next week or something, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, Aaron. Thanks.
Bye, mate.
Right. That were Aaron from South Yorkshire. Women love him. Men want to go for a fucking pint with him because he likes a party. And that's about it. Human Nutrients link is pinned up in the comment section. And don't forget to jump on Pokers International YouTube and have a look at that video that's just gone out on there, 28 minutes. Absolute class. One, peace out. Booyaka.